Okay. So, guys, I had to tear down my whole setup and build it right back up. So, some things get messed up. You know what I'm saying? But I hope you enjoyed that guitar concert at the start there. I know you guys have been asking for it for at least a year. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I was waiting to save that for, let's say, the 100,000 subscriber special, right? The guitar concert. But 100,000 is never going to happen, right? What we got here is half mango, half orange juice. What a combination. All right, guys, you're going to have to give me a second here. Because I'm all discombobulated, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to figure everything out here. Okay, guys. Wow. We already have some generous tippers here. Now, what I want to ask you guys, because I was up late last night setting this up. For the PayPal sewer bucks, because, as you know, YouTube takes 30% of your sewer bucks. But setting it up through PayPal, they take 2.8%. All right? That's, dude, so let's round up to 3%. YouTube takes 10 times more. 10 times. So off of a $100 donation, which I've gotten from generous folks like Chris Music, Neon Leopard, Daddy Mad, those people, YouTube would take 30% of that. So that's $30. PayPal takes $3. Or if you paid from Apple Pay, Apple takes the first $30. Then Google takes the next 30%. PayPal takes $3 out of 100. Now, what I was trying to set up last night was that when you guys send in your sewer bucks, it pops up on screen. There's an alert. Did that happen? I might have missed it while I was doing my guitar solo. But Ali Williams says we can't dono anymore. No, you see that link pinned at the top comment that says tip jar? You can dono through there. But did it show an alert? Because I set up an alert last night with animations and everything. It didn't pop up. Damn it. Can anything ever go right in the sewer? I'm going to have a talk with my producer. This is honestly getting annoying. No alerts, huh? Damn it. Okay, I'll have to look into that for next time. But I can see who donated, and with your message as well. So it's no big deal. I'll just check the tipping jar. So we have Neon Leopard with 20 juicy sewer bucks, and she says, finally. She's been one of those people that's asked me to set up PayPal. Okay, and I finally did it. And Allie sends 20 juicy sewer bucks, and she says, stay manly, King. Now, let me tell you something about Allie and Neon Leopard. These chicks have my back. Okay? So, whenever there's a lizard in my comments section, talking reckless, Neon Leopard will usually jump in and kick their ass, right? But I guess she was on vacation last week, And some guy was talking reckless in those comments. And Ali went in there. Ali went in there and told him off. So I appreciate both of you for having my back. And for supporting the sewer. All right, so, guys. New setup. So, I am out of the American sewer at the moment. That's why everything is screwed up here. That's why we didn't have sound. I had to tear down my entire set, my entire studio, throw it in a duffel bag, and get on a plane, and set everything back up here. That's why we didn't have sound at the start of this. All right, so let's get to the show, shall we? All right, guys. So there was talks about this Canelo and Jake Paul fight. Recently. And Jake Paul thought it was going to happen. He thought it was going to happen. In fact, let me pull that up first. So Jake Paul actually convinced himself that this fight was going to happen. And we briefly covered it. And Jake Paul had a meltdown after this thing fell through, right? And I don't know if you guys saw that. But let's try to find it here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now, guys, I wasn't able to get sound out of this monitor. I should be able to, but it just wasn't working. So I hooked it up to these headphones. And I will put the headphones to the microphone because we are extremely advanced here at the Sewer News Network. Guys, look. It's a dick with headphones. Now, cover your ears maybe or back up a sec because I don't know how loud it's going to be with headphones right on top of a microphone. You've been warned. So this was when he thought it was going to happen, right? Now, it might be hard to see, but he has an entire mariachi band he hired. He's dancing around wearing a sombrero. Okay, sombrero is Mexican for hat. And then he kisses one of those little troll dolls with red hair. And he calls Canelo a puta, which, from what I understand, is a cuss word in the Mexican language. So to go through all this effort, to hire a mariachi band, he actually thought there was a chance, a good chance, he was going to get the Canelo fight. Otherwise, he's not going to embarrass himself like this. Right? He thinks he's doing build-up. He's doing build-up for a fight. And then they sign what Jake Paul thought was a contract. And he shows it to people in a video. And it turns out it was just an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. It means, hey, don't talk to people about this. Who's the barber? I cut my own hair. I've been cutting my own hair since I was 17. So 2 years now. So then it falls through. The fight falls through. And then we get this video. Again, careful with the ears. I don't know how loud this is going to be.
Oh, Canelo, you puta.
This fuck YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars, and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpy on your lip, you dirty puta. Oh, Canelo, you puta.
This fuck YouTuber.
You see, that's what the Zoomers call crashing out. That's what the Zoomers called crashing out. Guys, what's the problem? It's not loud enough? What's not loud enough? Am I not loud enough, or this isn't loud enough? Why is it silent? Fix the sound. What's wrong with the sound? What are you guys talking about? Poor SK. I don't think he's all with it today. Guys, I had to tear down my entire studio. And reset it up. This is not loud enough? Oh my God. You are very loud. Oh, the video is not loud. Okay. You know what it is, guys? Let's try this. I think this is the type of microphone that you got to be directly into it. But I'm putting the sound on the sides. Let's try this. Tell me if this is better.
This fuck. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars, and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight. And you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo. Any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpy on your lip, you dirt. Hello, you puta.
In this fuck YouTuber, I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a sign.
All right, whatever. I guess we can't talk about this then. Because none of my video sources are worth a damn. My king, how much money for you to get rid of those glasses? I'd say $1,000. Nikki Rocky says, oh my God, are you only 19? Guys, I just celebrated a birthday. I'm not going to tell you what day it was, so you guys can't reverse engineer my identity and send the lizard people to come kill me. You got to turn the headphones up. I turn them up all the way, dude. All the way. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Guys, have you seen this shirt? Check this out. Are you seeing this? Check this out. What do you think about that? What do you think about it? But guys, listen, no matter where I go, this is what I rep. All right? This is what I rep. And I've been wearing my American flag shoes too. Just to represent. Not my proudest tug. Why not, dude? Why not, dude? You look like you're 30 years old. Ouch. Ouch. It's all the stress. It's all the stress. Oh my gosh. Disco Desert Goddess joins us for a live stream. We've seen her in the video comments, but now she's here live. Welcome. Sewer, I love you, but you look like a point guard for an AIDS-only b-ball league. I love it. I love it. Bro, you look 40? Excuse me, bitch? Ouch. God damn. What an awful thing to say to somebody after they celebrate a birthday. You got sluttier Freddie Mercury vibes. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Guys, listen, here's the thing with me. Here's the thing with me as a musician. I'm not a schooled musician, okay? I don't know the theory. I just play from the heart. You understand what I'm saying? I just play from the heart. I just get inspired, you know? Does anybody know how this thing works? See, when you play from the heart, you don't know how things work. Oh, there we go. Yo, that's a copyrighted song, dude. That's a copyrighted song, dude. That's gonna get this whole stream taken down. There we go. I needed a rhythm. You understand what I'm saying? I needed a backing track to play over. You guys are getting a free concert. What was the first instrument you learned to play? The skin flute. Guys, who wants a full album of this? Who wants a full album? We can make that happen. We would have to crowdfund it because recording albums isn't cheap. You know what I mean? You have to pay for studio time, producers, whatnot. Bailey wants a full album. Anybody else? Big Cats UK says no. Okay, that's kind of harsh. Lane Staley says, "Dear God, please no." I mean, we're getting kind of mean. We're getting kind of mean here. Honestly, we're kind of getting hurtful. We're getting a little hurtful now. So I guess one person wants it. And Neon Leopard. Okay, so two people want a full album. We got two people. We got two people who want a full album. I mean, that's not very nice, but you guys could, at least pretend. Do you guys see how fast I shred? Have you heard faster fingers in your life? I was communicating with aliens. You see, the only language we share is Kitar. And the message I sent them is, hey, Galians, stay away from my bungus. Stay away from my bungus, Galians. I wonder if this monitor has sound, because I got two monitors here. Let me see. Let's see if I can make sound come out of this monitor. Okay. Let's set it to the monitor. Jake Paul Canelo. We only have 252 people watching. You'd think a Kitar concert would pull more people. Right? Or am I just crazy? Am I the only one that appreciates good music? This isn't very loud. Yeah, I give up. All right, guys. This is terrible. This is so unfortunate. This is so unfortunate, guys. I wanted to do a video about Canelo and Jake Paul, but you can barely hear this thing. You can barely hear this thing. So I don't know what to do, guys. Whoa. All right, you know what? We're just going to do Dear Sewer. We're going to do Dear Sewer for the rest of this stream. So here's how it works. In the chat here, I'm going to need you to ask me your life questions. Listen, you obviously have a lot of life problems if you're watching my show, right? Listen, here's the thing. If what you're doing in the morning is listening to a mentally ill person play the guitar, clearly there's something wrong with your life. King is looking very handsome as always. Oh, how sweet of you to say. Thank you so much. So go ahead. In the rat chat here, Start off with Dear Sewer, so I can find your question easily. And then tell me a life problem that needs fixing, and I'll save your life. Kids getting off school. Wife is dying of kidney failure. Play some Metallica. Okay, well, if your wife is dying, I can at least grant you that. Hold up. Whoa. Dear Sewer, do I give up a remote position for 20,000 increase, but I have to commute every day to work? Oh, that's rough. There's so many variables too. I used to have a commute that was 2 hours round trip. Right? For 20 grand, I wouldn't do that. As compared to staying at home. Your commute is 10 minutes? These days, I'd probably do it. Unless after taxes, you're only left with, $12K more, in which case, is it worth it? Sewer King is the Yngwie Malmsteen of guitar players. Oh my gosh, what high praise. I bet most of you don't know who Yngwie Malmsteen is. Yngwie J. Malmsteen, by the way. Dear Sewer King, long years of addicted, lost my job, marriage is over, penniless. So the good news is your marriage is over. So congratulations on that. Hold up. Somebody needs Metallica because their wife is dying. Hold up. Yeah, I can't find my guitar cable. Sorry, dude. I tried. It's really the thought that counts. Dear Sewer, I had my dick fixed late from severe phimosis. What is phimosis, dude? Do I go again and just embrace asymmetry? So you got a curve? Listen, dude. Curves are natural. Just embrace it. All right? Don't worry about it. Because the thing is, you just had something go wrong. You had something go wrong. Do you want to push your luck and have another thing go wrong? Like they accidentally chop off your pecker? If you go in there and they're confused and they thought you went in there for gender reassignment, now what? Now you don't even have a pecker. You understand what I'm saying? Dear Sewer, if you could bless our ears with some Paul Gilbert Racer X, I would devote my life as a knight in your kingdom. Dude, I don't even know where my gosh darn guitar cable is, dude. Dudes, hold on. Okay, just hold on. You see that alert? You see that alert? I had set that up for the donations too. This is what I'm talking about. Why is this working? Why is this working? And the donations isn't. First of all, thank you, Big Cats UK, for signing up for your 5th month of membership to Sewer Kings Underground Militia. Yeah, so that was the alert that was supposed to happen when somebody sends in sewer bucks. I don't know what is going on. That's Metallica for my dude whose wife is passing away. I'm sorry to hear that. And that is all I can play that song before I get a copyright strike and they take all my freaking money. All right. What do you mean no sound? Oh, it's working? Okay. Yeah, even that long of a clip, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a copyright claim and they take every last penny. They can't take any of your sewer bucks, though. They just take the ad revenue. They take the ad revenue. Any more requests? I should start charging for requests. You know what I mean? $5 gets you a song. Not a whole song. Like 3 seconds before I get a copyright claim. I'm not feeling this guitar pick. You gotta hang on. Oh, no audio. And that's for my friend who requested Racer X. The song is called Technical Difficulties, and how fitting for this stream. How fitting for this stream. All right, guys. Dear Sewer, hit me up, hit me up, hit me up. Hit me up, guys. Yo, did I miss another alert? Oh, wow, guys. Chriso Hobbs has been a member of the scum for 3 months now. Early morning shredder king. That's right, dude. Guys, listen, for $50, I'll write you a custom song live on air and perform it with lyrics. You just have to tell me what the theme of the song is. All right. Is that in tune? I haven't tuned this thing in about 1.5 years since I was last here. All right, guys, listen. Clearly, we can't play the Jake Paul video. All right? Technical difficulties. But what we can do is get life advice from the king. Now, if I missed your Dear Sewer questions, you'll have to post them again. I was running around trying to find a guitar cable. Listen, if I don't get some life questions soon, I'm just going to leave, all right? Dear Sewer, when is merch coming out? I'm dying here. I don't know if it's ever coming out anymore, man. I just don't know. You know? I don't know. I don't know if there's that much of a demand for it, right? I mean, what? We got 190 viewers on this stream right now? How's your health? I mean, it's fine. Dear Sewer, what should I do if I don't have my legs or arms? Do you have your pee-pee? That's all you need, baby. Listen, dude, here's the thing. If you got a pee-pee, that's all you need. Don't be silly. I'm poor and I would buy merch, dude. I'm so honored that you say that. Bless your heart. Play some Britney on your guitar, please. She doesn't copyright. Are you sure she doesn't? Is your immigration situation all good? Yeah. I have a green card now, so I'm good for now. Dear Sewer, why does my wife of 11 years not want to bump uglies anymore? Well, listen here, bud. There are so many factors in that I would need to know more. Okay? I would need to know more. So, for example, has she lost respect for you? Are your best earning years behind you? Did you get fat? Did she get fat? Is she boning other dudes? You know what I mean? But basically, that stuff falls apart during marriage. For basically everybody. There are some people that will say, oh no, we still get it on. We've been married 20 years. That's rare, right? Familiarity breeds contempt. Is that what the saying is? And then you also have to factor does she have regrets marrying you? Is she still thinking about that ex-boyfriend who was taller than you with wider shoulders? And she's thinking, damn, why did I marry this idiot? No offense to you, I'm just throwing it out there. I have no idea if you are an idiot or not. Right? You're probably not. I mean, you're in my stream, so you're probably a pretty amazing dude. If they're not giving it to you, they're giving it to someone else. I found out the hard way. Yeah. Not always. Not always. Not always, but that could also be it. She's thinking about the sewer king. That could also be it. You know? Whoa, that's actually an interesting point. Did she stop showing interest in you once you discovered the channel? Because it could be that you discovered the channel and one day it was recommended to her because you guys are in the same house, same IP address. Maybe she went in on your account. You know, she's just watching YouTube on your account. She was recommended one of my videos. You know, that could be it. I'm talking long periods of time. Yeah, dude, the love is gone. A year or more. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? That's actually kind of common. That's actually common. What I think is less common is married people who still get it on regularly. And we have kids. Yeah. So that changes that. Yeah. Okay. That changes things. You know, when she just sees you, she just sees you as a provider now. Is she working? Is she not working? The kids have become the first priority. You're probably not a priority at all. You know, when you get married and you have kids, it's not that the kids become first priority and the husband becomes second priority. You're not even on the list, dude. You're not even on the list, dude. Sewer King, my old lady wants you to autograph her bungus with my pee-pee pen. See, here's the thing about marriage, you guys. It sucks. And it's just going to be impossible, damn near impossible, to keep the fire going when you have kids. When it's all about, oh my God, I got to get them to school. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're out of peanut butter. No, I think she lost interest years ago, probably 2 years after we had our son. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because it's not instant. It's not you have a kid and it's instantly gone. You know, it kind of hangs on there for a year or two. And then it's just gone. It's just gone, dude. Another guy says, but now that I found out, okay, so this is the guy whose wife cheated on him. She got used and now she wants to put the attention on me. I'm honestly just disgusted by her, but don't have the heart to put the kids through a split. Oh my gosh. So she got pumped. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't even want to say it. That sounds awful. She got pumped and dumped. And now it's coming back to you. Dude, oh my God. And I understand the kids thing. You know, you don't want to screw your kids over, right? But holy cow. Staying with somebody who had sex with another dude, got dumped by that dude, and comes back to you. I don't know how you keep going. Now, I don't want to be the guy who breaks up a house because I'm putting thoughts in your head. But holy cow, dude. You know, and if you do stay with that person, geez Louise. First of all, I'd never touch her again. I would never touch her again. I'm not going to bone some chick that went out and got raw dogged by Tyrone and now came back to the family because he pumped and dumped her. And I know I'm just making you feel worse right now, but hey, you asked. Yikes, dude. You have my sympathy. That is terrible, dude. You know, getting married in 2025, this era, that's rough, man. For women, what a great thing to do, right? Get married as many times as you can. You get married, you get divorced, you take half his stuff. While you wait to find the next guy, you're on alimony and child support. Then you find the next guy, you divorce him, you take half his stuff. Then you're on alimony, child support, find the next guy. There's no thoughts you can put in my head that aren't already in my head. Can't feel any worse than I already do. Well, that's a relief. It's a daily struggle, but my kids get me through. Yeah, dude. Are your kids really young? Are you doing the math that, okay, I got 15 more years until they turn 18 and then I'm out? Or are they, 14 and you're going, okay, 4 more years. Let's just get them to graduate high school and then I'm out? Because 4 years, all right, you don't touch your wife, you don't look at her, you just coexist. You got another 15 years? Dude, that's rough. You hear that beep, guys? Oh, it worked. It worked. Oh my gosh. Born to Ghost tipped 50. Did you guys see it? Are you guys seeing this alert? First of all, thank you so much to Born to Ghost. Did you want a custom song? Let me check the messages here. It worked. All right. Let's see if he sent a message. Now the message is supposed to show up on the screen too. What's going on here? Okay, so he did send a message, but it didn't come through on the screen. Damn it. I guess that might be for the best if somebody puts some keywords on there that gets me instantly banned from YouTube. Okay, so he wanted a custom song, and he shall get it. And boy, am I earning this $50, boys. The message said, oh God, dude. This $50 better get me through the rest of my life. Because we're about to lose the channel, boys. Create a song about black Jews and gays. The man paid me. It's got to happen. It was nice knowing you guys. I kind of felt like we were getting out of the shadow ban these last couple of weeks because the views have been higher, started getting subs again, the channel started growing again. But I think we're about to lose the channel. I think we're about to go from shadow ban to just ban. But a deal's a deal. A deal's a deal. Don't do it. Listen, I appreciate you guys, but I'm a man of my word. What I will ask before I do the song, though, Born to Ghost, was it? Yeah. before I make the song, did you want the instrumental accompaniment to be electric guitar or keytar? If you paid $50, I want to get it right. All right, we got Born to Ghost in there. Me and Bailey will still be here. No, I mean like YouTube deletes the channel. Like it's gone. There's nowhere for you guys to be. What do you want, dude? Your song, your song that's going to get me deleted. Man, this $50 better get through me better get me through the rest of my life. Okay, guitar. I'm surprised you don't want a keytar. What's your problem with keytar, dude? Okay, one more thing I'm going to ask you, because $50 is a lot of money. What style? What genre do you want? Do you want it to be hip hop? Do you want it to be death metal? Do you want it to be a rap song? Hair metal? You can be very specific. You can go like Swedish death metal. You can go Nigerian rap. Is it actually going to get deleted? Dude, did you see what you asked me to make a song about? I can so easily get the channel deleted over this. But hey man, a deal's a deal. So you want it on guitar. You told me the theme of the song. What genre do you want? Country? You look normal today. That tells you the bar I've set, that this looks normal. Come on, Born to Ghost. We need a genre. We need a genre for this song that is about, and he says exactly, create a song about black Jews and gays. Country. Okay. Perfect. That's my specialty. Let me just read this again. Create a song about black Jews and gays. Oh wait, this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard because I wanted to mic the guitar, but then you won't hear my lyrics. Guys, can you hear my guitar? Can you hear my guitar? Can you hear the guitar? How are my levels? Is that a good level for the song? For the guitar, I mean? Can you hear my voice over the guitar? Can you hear the voice over the guitar? Guitar too loud? Guitar 50%, voice 100? Is that good? Farron is here just in time. Farron, I got a request to write a song, to sing a song. And I have to do it because he paid me $50. He said, create a song about black Jews and gays. And you got here just in time. Perfect? The levels are perfect? Okay. Let me read that again so I don't forget. Create a song about black Jews and gays. I knew a black Jew. His name was Tyrone Goldstein. His pee-pee wasn't as big as a normal black because he was half Jew. So instead of getting women, he got gays. Poor Tyrone Goldstein. He was a black Jew. He had an average size pee-pee because of the Jew genes. So women were very disappointed in his pee-pee size because he was black and they thought there'd be a BBC. So he had to become a gay. Even though gays also like large pee-pees, but they'll accept smaller ones because they're all disgusting sluts. And then he got AIDS and died. There we go, guys. The first ever custom sewer song. It was nice knowing you. It was nice having this channel. But all good things come to an end. I think this is a good time for me to pitch my band. It's called Cock Rockers, and that's with Selena. Her username is Straightest Woman Alive. Right now she is cringing and covering her face, but we also have a band together. Some of you seem to have enjoyed the song. Yeah, somebody's going to clip this, and then Daddy's going to have to find a job. Sewer Daddy. Is it really a band? Oh, yeah, dude. She's a professional drummer. She's very talented. They played this at Tyrone's bar mitzvah. Yeah. It's true, guys. I didn't just make up that song. So, any more life questions? Do we have any more life questions? Start with Dear Sewer, so I know where to find your life questions in there. Okay, so Born to Ghost, the guy who paid $50 for that custom song, says, I loved it. My job is done here. Does our band have a YouTube? No. I mean, well, we've never written a song or practiced or ever met in person. So, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Dear Sewer, why must I deal with Indians on the daily? Okay. So, when I flew in to Canada a couple days ago, I landed in the airport, and every customs agent, except for one, was Indian. And the one who wasn't was Chinese. He was a Chinaman. And the Indian customs guy let a bunch of people through, no problem. He just looked at their slip, right? Their printout. Because you go to these customs kiosks we have at the Canadian airport, and you print out your slip, it takes your picture, you scan your passport, and then you walk over to a customs agent. And he just let everybody through, just took their paper. Comes to me, he's like, okay, go to her. He was an Indian guy, sent me to another Indian woman. I'm like, listen, asshole, you just got into this country. I am this country, bitch. Well, I mean, I used to be. Now I'm all in for the USA. And it's the same thing, an Indian border agent, when I went through the land crossing about a year and a half ago, this Indian customs agent gave me such a hard time getting from the U.S. back into Canada. Like, listen, bitch, this is my country. You've been here for a week, dude. Put down the butter chicken, open up the gate, and let me through. Jesus Christ, they come here for a week, and they think they own the place. But it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Listen, humans are a virus. Humans are a fungus. They're going to spread. So if you go, hey, let's let in 1 million Indian students per year, and then they can fast track themselves into permanent residencies, and then customs preferentially, because Canada, you know how the States has DEI, right? Canada is basically just DEI. So they'll only hire Indians now, or Chinese. So how do you deal with them? Dude, I had many poor interactions that I've covered on this live stream before. So the way you deal is you just leave. You just leave. The where I'm living now, I mean, not where I'm visiting now, but where I moved to in the States, I don't know if I've seen an Indian person. They have major issues with racism, classism, and have a hard time adapting to Canadian culture. And they also have no incentive to adapt to Canadian culture because they have their own world. They have their own microcosm. You know, you get a job at Tim Hortons, everybody there is Indian. You don't have to learn English. All your coworkers speak Indian. And you don't have to learn English to speak to the customers. It's the customer's problem. It's the customer's problem. They have their own lawyers, accountants, dentists. They have their own economy. They have no need to adapt. That's the problem with mass immigration. You know, from one culture or two cultures, because we have the same thing going on with Chinese people as well. You know, Richmond, BC is basically China. The signs are all in Chinese, dude. You'll have these condo buildings. The HOA, not HOA, in Canada it's called strata. There's strata meetings, which is HOA in the States. It's just in Chinese. That's not multiculturalism. Multiculturalism is like a hodgepodge, you know what I mean? It's basically Chinese and Indian now, and they have not assimilated at all. And it sucks. I grew up here, it was not like this at all. Dear Sewer, when life gets you down, how does the Sewer King overcome? Listen, dude, you can't let the world break you. You just can't let the world break you. That's it. If it has to be an ego thing, a pride thing, where you just go, nah, dude. Nah, I'm not going to let you break me. Because so much stuff happens in life, you know. If you're the type to have bad luck, let's say. And then one day you think, I'm just going to break. Then you go, no. Heck no. I'm not going to break. I'm not going to give the universe the satisfaction of seeing me break. So, dude, just out of pride and ego, say, nah, dude. And then you just go like this to the universe. Nah, dude, you ain't going to break me. Bring it on. Give me more. Don't ever break. You can bend. Listen, dude. You can bend. Life can get really, really hard sometimes. You can bend, dude. Just don't break. What is it, the willow tree that can bend? Don't be the tree that snaps and then it's just down like this forever. What else, guys? What else? Do we have any more song requests before this channel has gotten deleted? No. All right. We can bend like palm trees. We don't break. Exactly. Exactly. Listen, dude, don't give the universe the satisfaction of breaking you. You know what I'm saying? Don't give the universe the satisfaction. Oh my gosh. Breadstick Billy tipped 10 juicy sewer bucks. Dude, thank you so much. Let me check if there's a message. And I got to figure out how to display the message on the screen on the alert. But let's see. He says, let's go. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's your boy Billy. Just kidding. How's it going, King? Dude, it's going all right, man. Good to see you set up a proper tipping system. Dude, it was long overdue. It was long overdue. YouTube was totally ripping on me off. But I feel like through this PayPal thing, the the amount of donations and frequency is a lot less because, I don't know, maybe people see it as a hassle. So who knows? There's a balance of PayPal doesn't take 30%, but people just do it less. Whatever. Let's see. Disco Desert Goddess, she asks, Dear Sewer King, what's a good way to deal with a significant other's passing? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's rough. I feel like you've mentioned that before, but I don't know the circumstances of it. Damn. You know, I've never dealt with that. So, who am I to say? I assume things were good between you guys. Otherwise, the answer would be, party and move on, right? Because I think for a lot of people, they're waiting for their significant other to die. Hoping for it. Visualizing. Praying even. But obviously that's not the case if you're asking me this question. So then that makes it very rough. He passed away unexpectedly. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's so bad, dude. That's terrible. My condolences. Yeah, that's terrible. Because if they had cancer for 2 years, I mean, that's worse for them because they're suffering, right? That's worse for them. But, you have time to process it, time to come to terms with it. For them to just pass unexpectedly, that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Gosh, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? I think a lot of it comes down to your belief system. I think a lot of it comes down to your general all-around life belief system. So by that I mean, do you believe in the afterlife? Because if you do, then you can comfort yourself with, I'll see them again. Right? Our time on this earthly plane was cut short, unexpectedly. But I'll see you again. Right? We'll be reunited. Now, if you're an atheist, well, you're kind of out of luck. If you're an atheist, you don't believe in an afterlife, then you're out of luck, right? Because then it's over. That's it. That's the last I'll ever see of them. So I think a lot of how somebody gets through something like this has to do with their belief system. Yeah, he was amazing, but thank you. Your videos have brought laughs during this time for me. Well, I'm glad that my insane ramblings have helped. It's never goodbye, it's see you later. Exactly. If that's your belief system. If it isn't, then it's going to be a lot harder. I would suggest that you don't... I would personally say don't... I mean, I'm sure you're not even thinking of this right now, but maybe like a year or something. I wouldn't jump into any relationships or anything like that with other people. I think you need a long time to move on through this before you even entertain anything like that. Not saying that you are. Not saying that you are. But it's just too soon. It's too raw, and it's not fair to the next person. Because would they ever be able to live up to where that guy is in your head? You know what I mean? Maybe just become a crazy cat lady. That might be the move. Not to be an asshole, but that might be the move. Is crazy cat lady. It would be completely different if you weren't the biggest fan of your significant other? Because then I'd be like, oh, thank goodness he's gone. Now I'm going on Tinder. But otherwise, you're just going to have horrible relationships. Because you're going to treat them like crap because on a certain level, you're thinking, this guy wasn't my number one choice. He was my man who passed away. All right. My condolences. Good luck with all that. Guys, who else needs their life fixed? You're very welcome. Did you see Bryce get beat down and subbed? Yeah, and he got beaten by an autistic guy. That's the worst part about it. Cringy autistic guy. He got the Jesus beat out of him. Well, and that was the entire point, was it? Wasn't it? That's why Dana gave him that guy. And I covered this. I said this. I said this in my video about that situation. I said that, people were saying, oh, yeah, Dana White is so great because he's not going to fire him. And I said, listen, there's going to be repercussions. Dana's going to destroy his career. It's just not going to be the overt black and white, you're let go from the UFC. It's no. We have free speech here. How about you fight this guy who's on an absolute tear, destroying people? How about that be your next fight after you come back from being knocked out cold? How about that? I told you guys. His career would be destroyed, just not in the way that cancel culture normally works. Right? And that is precisely what happened. They gave him a guy that was an absolute murdering machine on a tear. Definitely on steroids, because those Brazilians, oh my gosh, they're pretty much all on roids. They just gave him this roided out Brazilian with retard strength because he's retarded. And Bryce just got humiliated and wrecked. And sometimes a fighter will get beaten badly, but then the organization will help build them back up, right? So Volkanovski, 2 vicious knockouts in a row he got, right? And then the fight after that was for the title. After Top Turo vacated his belt. You look like you're bulking, King. Oh my gosh, I've dirty bulked so hard that I have to start cutting now. So this morning I drank a lot of orange juice. But Volk was so dominant before that. And so was Bryce outside from losing to Top Turo, became the champion, and the Josh Emmett one. Other than that, and those are two losses too, right? And that's what Volk had. But they set him up to get destroyed. They set Bryce up to get destroyed. So I think Bryce is pretty much done. I don't see them, helping to build him back up. All right, guys, we need another Dear Sewer question. Where are you at, SK? Are you back in Canada? Listen, I don't want to dox myself, but Canada's a large country. Yeah, I'm back in Canada. The beating Patty gave Chandler, though, was legendary. Dude, that was great. That was great. Am I becoming a Patty fan? Am I becoming a Patty Pimblett fan? Is that happening? It might be happening. It might be happening, dudes. And can we talk about how big Patty is at 155? Dude is kind of jacked. Dude is kind of jacked for that division. Dear Sewer, do you grow herb? Dude, I've never done herb in my life. Not a puff. So no, I don't grow it. And frankly, listen. Aren't we all a little sick of Chandler and his law of attraction nonsense? Who would love to see Patty as champion? How funny would that be? To go from, who did he almost get beaten by? What was that guy's name? James Gordon or something? To go from that to smashing Chandler. That dude is improved fast. And there's talks of him fighting Oliveira next? Wow. That would be fun, dude. That would be fun. Jared Gordon. Jared won? Did Jared actually win? I thought like they gave it to Patty, but Jared deserved the win. My memory's gone to crap, dudes. Just too much stress. Somebody remind me. Dear Sewer, how long have you shredded? What are we talking about? Are we talking about guitars here, dude? Off and on since I was a kid. More off than on. He lost. He actually lost him. Wow. To go from that to utterly destroying Chandler is wild. Dear Sewer, those China brand videos, truth bombs or just fake? What's a China brand video, dude? Jared was robbed. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Jesus Christ, you guys. Jesus Christ. Get your act together, you guys. Patty won? Okay, you know what? I'm just going to look it up. Goodness gracious, y'all. Patty versus Jared Gordana. Oh, yeah. Patty won. Yeah. Patty won and Jared was robbed. Yeah. That's what I was saying. The video's about luxury items being made in China and marked up here, not actually made in Italy. Do you mean actual legit brands doing that. We're not talking about counterfeit. We're talking about somebody like Louis Vuitton actually making them in China. But then they make the label made in Italy. Oh, I got to look that up. That'd be amazing. Patty versus Jared from Subway next, dude. That'd be awesome. Especially if Jared was allowed to bring in foot-long subs and just smack Patty. And because Patty's such a fatty foodie, he would just be sitting there eating the subs. And then Jared would win by pedophilia. Gucci? No way. Oh my God. That would be so amazing. You kind of have to respect that. You kind of have to respect how insane that is for a brand like Gucci to do that. You kind of got to respect that. Because they're not ripping off the common man. They're not ripping us off who struggle to buy eggs. They're ripping off douchebags who will pay $10,000 for a purse. It's like you kind of deserve it. I gotta look that up. That's hilarious. Saving money on American workers. But I mean, they pretend to be made in Italy, right? Not in Jersey. $10,000 for this Gucci handbag made in New Jersey. Dear Sur, will you teach us self-defense course? Honestly, I've thought about it. I'm not joking. I've thought of making, like a 4 or 5 VHS set. Just everything. Like a tape on upper body hand striking, a tape on lower body fisting, a tape on grappling, weapons. No joke. I've thought of selling a 4 or 5 VHS set of self-defense course. Is anybody interested in learning the dark arts of Surijitsu? Assembly is in China? So what do you mean? They're taking Italian leathers, sending it to China to be stitched? In which case it's being made there. Just because you're sourcing your textiles from a different country doesn't mean it's not made in China. Jake Paul generates less power than an amateur female boxer. Yeah, that was pretty sad. In my previous video, if you haven't seen it, they were punching the thing that shows how much power they have. So you guys realize, as Farron said here, she bought a knockoff Louis Vuitton bag. So now we realize that the fake Louis Vuitton bag and the real Louis Vuitton bag are the same bag. They're the same bag. Because let me tell you how these Chinese factories work, okay? When you go to them with your original product, so like Louis Vuitton goes there and gives them the schematics, right? The patterns to make their bag. They'll make the bag for Louis Vuitton. But what they'll also do is use that company's secret sauce patterns and make their own knockoffs. So when you buy a knockoff made in China, that is often made in the same factory as the original, genuine article. Because the Chinese companies have no scruples. And then they take their ill-gotten gains and they come to Canada and buy a house with cash outbidding the people that live here. Because in Canada, homes are basically like safety deposit boxes to keep their money safe from the Chinese government. They can seize their ass. Selena says, did you really say lower body fisting? Yes, and that is the name of our debut album. I bought fake Yeezys and they were 1-to-1. Yeah, it's made in the same factory. It's known. It's known in the industry that if you get, in the industry of companies that make stuff, it's obviously various industries, that if you get your stuff made in a Chinese factory, you are running the risk that they take all of the info of how you make your product, the schematics or the pattern or whatever, and they will just sell the knockoff. They'll sell the knockoff on AliExpress. So, for example, this guitar here. This is a genuine, real deal, right? But it's made... Is this made in China? Or made in Korea? I can't tell with these dark glasses. But anyways... This is a brand owned by Gibson. It's called Epiphone. It's their less expensive line. And they make it in China, mainly. Right? But then you'll find knockoff guitars that look awfully similar. So the theory is, the rumor on the street is, it's made in the same factory that makes these. They just go take their intellectual property, rip it off, and sell it as a knockoff, while continuing to make a product for that company paying them. Gibson or Fender, which one's better? It depends on what you're into, dude. I bought a can of peaches. The label said peaches grown in Georgia, packed in China. Gosh, what's the point of that? I've noticed a lot of Fender guitars in Canada have a Pacifica logo on it. Dude, those aren't Fenders. That's a Yamaha. Pacifica is a model of Yamaha guitars. It kind of looks like a Fender Strat, but that's a Yamaha. That's a Yamaha Pacifica. Dude, how expensive is American labor that it's cheaper to ship these peaches to China to be put in a can instead of doing it in Georgia? That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Gibson is better all the way around. Yeah, until you drop it and the headstock snaps off. Dear Seward, do you date a rat that said he plays a Les Paul? I don't know what that is. Oh my God, Farron. Are you cheating on the sewer already? What's going on here? So a Les Paul is a model of guitar made by Gibson. If you're familiar with the band Guns N' Roses, that's the style of guitar that Slash plays. So he plays one of those guitars. So is he trying to convince you to date him by trying to make himself look cool, saying, hey, I play guitar, baby? Is that what's going on here? Ibanez or Jackson? Both. Bro, can you even fight, guys? I'll I'll let the sewer answer that for me. Now, Farron, back to your question. Are you a gold digger? Because that'll change the answer here. Are you a gold digger? So Bailey answered the fighting question. Yes, he can. He would kill us all if he didn't love us so much. Exactly. Farron says, I'm not, but I should be. Okay, because Les Pauls, if it's a genuine Gibson Les Paul, listen, this is what you got to ask him. You got to text him right now and say, is it a Gibson or an Epiphone? Is it a Gibson or an Epiphone? And this is how you spell Epiphone. All right. Epiphone is the more affordable brand made by Gibson. If it's an Epiphone, he's a poor. If it's an Epiphone, he's a poor. If it's a Gibson, then he's got a little bit of money. Because that guitar might be, $2,000 and up. All right, this is how you find out if he's a poor. Now, there's also a lot of poor guys who play Gibson Les Pauls because they're just bad with money. So they'll spend their entire $2,000 life savings on a Gibson Les Paul. So he either has money or he's bad with it. So you're running a risk there, right? You're running a risk there. But text him and say, hey, is it a Gibson or an Epiphone? And if he's an Epiphone, you got to block his number because he's a poor. Them tariffs going to make them Epiphones only for the ballers. And the funny thing is did you guys hear about Trump guitars? If you guys didn't hear about this, I got to show you this. So during the election, Trump released his own line of guitars. Apparently they were made in China, which is just so hilarious. Trump guitars. See this? He had these guitars made in China in a Les Paul shape. Made in China. How funny is that? The whole thing about bring manufacturing back to the States. And he sells a guitar at almost made in USA prices. And it was made in China. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. Dude, what are we doing? If I had to, I don't want to speak without any facts, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Trump sneakers were made in China. Now listen, I actually have no problem with that stuff. Unless you're Nike and you're selling some $300 LeBrons and they're made with Chinese slave labor. But when you're running on a campaign of let's bury China with tariffs and bring back manufacturing. Ali says blacks, Jews, and gays, or black Jews and gays. So I'm going to read it to you exactly how he said it. Create a song about black Jews and gays. There was no comma between black and Jews. There was no comma. So I assumed he meant black Jews. Because I took him literally. Right, Ali? I took him literally. if he plays one of these, he has a big peepee. All right? All right, we got any more Dear Sewer questions, huh? Do we have any more questions for Dear Sewer? We need sewer merch. Guys, you realize merch is all made in China, right? With those tariffs, these t-shirts are just going to be too expensive. And they say, well, why don't you get them made in America? All right, that's fine and all. Do you want to pay $95 for a t-shirt? Farron says, thank you so much. Text sent. We'll see, guys. Hopefully he responds during the stream so I can help you some more. Jackson, made in Japan. Yeah, so this is a made in Japan. This one's made in Japan. And for guitars, that's the best place for them to be manufactured. They produce better quality than made in America. And listen, I'm all for bringing manufacturing back to the States. Okay, I think when manufacturing was taken out of the States, we saw the start of the middle class being destroyed. But at the same time, it's no guarantee that you're getting the best quality in the world because it's made in America. The Japanese have extremely high pride in their work. Their guitar factories have the finest guitar craftsmen, luthiers in the world. Okay? The American companies can't touch the Japanese. You literally can't kill a Honda or a Toyota Corolla, right? So with guitars, it's the same thing. The best are made in Japan. The highest prices is usually made in America. Although the Japanese ones are the second most expensive. Desmale says, I ain't seen no merch yet, bro. I know. Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on with the merch thing. Because if we do made in USA t-shirts, jeez Louise, we're all going to go broke. You know what I'm saying? This whole tariff thing has really thrown a monkey into the wrench here. But again, I'm pro American manufacturing. But if that makes a t-shirt cost $95, then merch is kind of out of the question. Now, I would play this guitar for you guys, but I just realized it's a broken string. All right, guys, we need another Dear Sewer question. Right now, we're working on Farron's dating life. Oh, we just got an alert. What was that for? Neon Leopard just tipped $50. And she tipped $20 earlier. God bless her soul. But you know what that $50 number makes me think? It makes me think that she's requested a custom song. Let's see. Oh my gosh, does she want a custom song? Let's see here. Can you play me a song about being a neon leopard, ukulele playing, whittling bodyguard that learned to cook? Wow, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard to keep in my head. I'm going to have to keep this up on the screen to reference it. Okay. Wow. First of all, thank you so much for the $50. Very kind and generous of you. So, I'm going to need some more information from you. So we have the theme of the song. We have the concept here. But what we don't have is What instrument do you want to play it on? Do you want it on guitar or keytar? Do you want it on guitar or keytar? That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. While you answer that, I'm going to put this away because this has a broken string anyway. Okay, so you want it on keytar. So, next and final question. What musical genre do you want it to be in? And you can be very specific. You know, the last guy wanted country, so I did it country. But you can be very specific. Very specific. You know, you can say Australian thrash metal. I can do literally any genre. Dear Sue, what's your favorite movie ever? That would be the original Rocky. Why can't Gay Month be a day or just not exist at all? There are some American-made textiles, pure American cotton t-shirts sold in bulk. You'll have your merch answers soon. Yeah, I hope so. 80s hair metal. Oh my God. Oh my God. This woman speaks my language. That's my favorite genre. That is my favorite genre. By far, nothing else even comes close. In fact, that's the only genre I like. 80s hair metal. I also like 80s thrash metal. You know. But did she just say, is that a thing? Of course it is. Of course it is. It's my favorite genre. Okay, where did I put that guitar? No, seriously. Oh, there it is. Hang, hold up. I'm just warming up the fingers, you know what I mean? Just warming them up. I would hate to do this song without my fingers warmed up, you know? I found an 80s hair metal backing track. Oh, we got an update on Farron. He said Gibson from his dad. Oh, jeez. That, I was not expecting that. I was expecting to find out if he was rich or poor, and now we found out he got it from his daddy. My daddy gave it to me. My daddy gave it to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I live with my daddy. He gave me his guitar. Yeah. I can't afford a guitar myself, but my daddy gave it to me. Can I touch your boobs? Can I touch your boobs now? My daddy bought it from me. Yeah. Yeah. My daddy put my diaper on last night. Yeah, my daddy put my diaper on for me. But when I woke up this morning, I had a rash on my bum. But it's okay. My daddy put some diaper cream on there. Can I touch your boobs? Can I touch your boobs? Farron, my daddy bought this guitar for me. Can I touch your boobs? They look so nice. Can I touch them? Wait, oh no, I pooped in my pants. I pooped in my pants. I'm potty training. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I poop it in my pants. Mommy, I pooped in my pants. Mommy, I pooped my pants. Hang on, I got a text. Oh, it's from Farron. Epiphone or Gibson? Gibson is from my daddy. Sent. Mommy, Farron texted me, and I told you about her? Yeah. She has boobs. I want to touch them, Mommy. Because you won't let me feed anymore, Mommy. Mommy, you won't let me feed anymore. You won't let me touch yours anymore. You won't let me. But I found this girl, her name was Farron, and she has boobs too, Mommy, you're not the only one with boobs. You're not the only one with boobs, Mommy. No. I found somebody else that had boobs. Yeah, that's right. I found somebody else with boobs. Cleaned my pants. I pooped. Clean my pants. Won't let me feed on your boobies anymore. What kind of mommy are you? Daddy gave me a Gibson. What do you do? Bitch? Daddy gave me a Gibson. And you won't let me suck on your boobs. You're a bitch. I changed my pants. I pooped. I'm gonna go touch Farron's boobs. I'll get milk from her. I don't need you, bitch. Except for changing my poopy pants. You're stunting my growth, not letting me feed on your boobies. This soy formula is not going to do it, Mom. Daddy's my favorite. He gave me a Les Paul. Yeah, I even told Farron. That's why she's going to go out with me. Yeah, not because of you. When I talk about you, when she says, what's your mommy's like, I'm going to say she's a bitch. Yeah, I'm going to say she's a bitch. Can you change my poopy butt? I'm going to get another rash. Do you want me to get another rash? Is that what you want? You whore? are my levels? How are my levels? If I sing over this, how are my levels? What's the balance here? Is this good? More voice or more guitar? Well, it's not a free concert for everybody. Neon Leopard paid $50 for this song. Perfect levels, okay. What brand is this guitar? Gee, pal, what do you think? What do you think it could be? All right. I'm going to go back to the request because it was quite involved. I don't want to screw this up. You guys ready? Who's ready for this? Guys, I'm looking at the chat stats. Yo, Ride Santa Cruz gifted a Sewer King membership, and Putin was awarded the membership. Putin, please thank Ride Santa Cruz for his generosity. Of all the people to get gifted, what's wrong with Putin getting gifted? Remember she saved the day once with the ratfish inspection? She sent in a bunch of pics. I think she deserves one. So I'm looking at the chat stats, not the chat stats, the concurrent viewers. And when the guitar came out, the views just started going like this. It looks like there's not a lot of fans of real music anymore. I mean, that's why rap is so popular these days, right? Because nobody knows or appreciates real music. All right, so let's start this song and see if we can get these viewers down to zero, huh? Let's see if we can get these viewers down to zero. All right, let's go read this. Can you play me a song about being a neon leopard, ukulele playing, whittling bodyguard that learned to cook? Wow, that is very specific. That is very specific. All right, here we go. Neon leopard. Neon leopard. Neon leopard. Neon leopard. She plays ukulele. Ukulele. She plays ukulele. Ukulele. She she plays ukulele. But that's not all. She also whittles. Now you might know what that is, but it's when you take a block of wood and you take a knife and you shape that piece of wood into something. She's very talented. Neon leopard. Neon leopard. She's my bodyguard. She protects me from mean comments. And then she learned how to cook. All right. All right. I call that one Neon Leopard. I hope you got your money's worth. I know you did. Guys, we're producing masterpieces here for $50. That's right. For a $50 donation, you get a custom song. You just tell me what you want the song to be about, and I make it happen. You guys have no idea what you're getting right now. What are the view stats now? Cratered to 177. The lowest it's been from the start. Guys, can you imagine if you lived in a time where you could have Beethoven create a custom song for you for $50? That's the time you live in right now, baby. That's the time you live in right now. All right, now that half of the audience is left, we can have our secret annual meeting of the rats. Guys, the keytar was just a ploy to get out the casuals, get out the fakes, get out the lizards. You guys don't know this, but the notes I was playing were a frequency that is painful to lizard ears. Yeah, that's right. That's right. After much research, I discovered a frequency that makes lizard ears bleed. Have you noticed Gathan hasn't said anything in the chat? Yeah, because he's running for his life with blood dripping out of his ears. Now the problem is that same frequency makes humans orgasm. Oops. And if they're female, become pregnant. Sorry. Whoopsies. Whoops. Born to Ghost is leaving. Thank you, Born to Ghost. He was our first ever custom song request. He's also the guy that is going to get this channel deleted, but hey. Got sewer work to go do, literally. Yeah, guys, you don't know this, but Born to Ghost is actually our maintenance guy here. He's our maintenance guy down here. Poutine, speaking of getting pregnant, are you and your husband thinking of having kids anytime soon? Since we have nothing else to talk about here, apparently, because I can't get sound out of this monitor to discuss the Jake Paul Canelo situation. SK is a luxury brand. That's the thing, dude. That's the thing. We're not going to be producing cheap content creator merch. Nah, dude. I'm not going to create merch. You understand what I'm saying? We're not making merch out here. We're going to launch a new luxury brand. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to launch a new luxury brand. Play Stairway to Sewer. Isn't a stairway out of the sewer? Stairway down to the sewer. It looks like you're up 2,500 subscribers. Yeah, so I was stuck at 94,000 subscribers for almost 2 months. I hit 94,000 on February 14th, I think it was. And I was stuck to 94,000 until about a week ago or so. Maybe 2 weeks. But then I put out the Logan Paul Tom Aspinall video. And yeah, that kind of gave the channel a pulse again. So we're up a couple thousand. Putin says, no, corporate America keeping me busy for now. Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's the problem, Putin. No, listen, you're still young. What are you, 20? You're 20 something, right? You're still young. But let me help you out here before you make a mistake that a lot of women have. They fall for the corporate America thing. And they end up being 40. They end up being 40 years old. And then they go. And now they're now you know, they were sold this thing that being a mom sucks. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a loser. You should be a high-ranking person in HR. Don't have kids. Just advance your career in HR. This is what's happened since feminism started in the 70s. She says, LMAO, maybe 2 more years. All right, fine. I'll let you do that for 2 more years. And then you got to start pumping out kids. And you stay home and you listen to your husband. You understand what I'm saying? And you make him food. You're Middle Eastern, right? You're Syrian? Is that right? Yeah. You better make your husband's every meal. And you keep your mouth shut. You understand what I'm saying? When he comes home from work, all you say is, oh, hi, husband. How are you? Here's your food. I love you. I missed you. Okay? You don't go, oh, Billy pooped his pants again. Billy pooped his pants again. And I had to clean it. And it was so annoying because he kept texting this girl named Farin. And he took your Les Paul. He took your Les Paul off the wall. He got some poop on it. Sorry. Anyways, it was so annoying. He was texting this girl Farin while I was changing his nappy. Okay, he pooped his pants. And he gave me the middle finger. It was so rude. And I told him, that's rude. You don't do that. You don't do that to mommy. I'm doing my best Syrian accent. You don't do that to mommy. Okay? You don't do that to mommy. No, you can't have my boobs anymore. You're 5 years old. You're 5 years old. That's too old for boobies. And we're down to 175 viewers now. Okay. Let's just keep going. F it. Let's go to 0. I don't care anymore, dude. I don't care anymore, dude. $161. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And no, I'm not yelling, let's go. I just mean like literally, let's go from 161 to 0. Come on. Come on. How much lower can we go? This is a record already. I've never, even when did I start streaming? How many subs did I have when I started streaming? 40,000 or so? I'd be getting like 1,000 views, dude. Viewers. Are you able to show the sewer mascot I sent you? Let me see. No, because I have that on this computer I'm looking at. This is actually a separate computer. This is not a dual monitor setup. Oh, on my phone. Hang on. Hold up. Yes, I'll do it on my phone. Guys, this is my successor, okay? Because clearly I'm not doing it for you and you need somebody else. Given the views just dying here. Let's see. This is my successor right here. Guaranteed that dude, which is a girl by the way, would get more views than me. Couldn't get less. Couldn't get less. Right. Breadstick Billy sent another 5 juicy sewer bucks. He said, spread a bit more cheese on my cracker, brother. Dude, you just earned yourself $5 worth of cheese on your cracker. But you got to supply the cracker. Does anybody love Triscuit as much as I do? That's my favorite cracker. Was it a hamster? Oh my God, Selena, can you believe what Neon Leopard just said? She just calls your dog a hamster. Wow. Wow, dude. Dude, those are fighting words. Does your voice turn you on? Like, does my own voice turn me on? Yes, the answer is yes. I have a raging boner right now. Okay, we got people who thought it was a hamster, a rat, and a cat. And a gerbil. All right. Dear Sewer, let's go. Who else needs some life advice? And what's up with you people being on the stream on your phone? What's up with that? Don't you listen? My face is made for the big screen, all right? You're missing out. So, Farron, what's going on? Are you going to date this guy who owns nothing except for what his daddy gives him? Dear Sewer, when is our first broadcast? Isn't this a broadcast? Define broadcast. What happened to Sewer Vision? Dude, so many people cried over Sewer Vision. I need better quality. I need higher definition. Bunch of babies, dude. It's embarrassing. Some of you should be really embarrassed about how lame you are. I mean, not you people on the chat right now, because we got rid of the lames. But for anybody watching this in the future, stop being lame. I mean, listen, my phone case is cooler than you are. Do you see this? Oh, news broadcast. Oh, yeah. So if some of you might not know, but I started another channel. The YouTube handle is at Sewer News Network. At Sewer News Network. I think we have about 165 subscribers. Anyways, on that channel, I'm going to cover the news. The stuff that when I try to mention on the main channel, people unsubscribe because they're a bunch of babies. But to answer your question, I think I'm going to start it when I get back because clearly we're having technical difficulties here. So I wouldn't want to start a new channel right now. 168 subscribers, yeah. So she says, he said his dad died. It's vintage and he has other guitars, but I was about to block him. I just don't know now. He's at work. So how did that work? He replied and he said, oh, it was my dad's. And then you said, oh, okay. And then he came back 20 minutes later and said, it's vintage and he's dead. He's dead. It's mine now. These are all important pieces of information to know. Why is he telling you his dad died this early? I don't tell people the status of my parents, whether they're living or dead, until somebody asks. Who texts with somebody before they even start dating? Oh, my dad's dead. I have an expensive guitar, my dad's dead. Who is this guy? Farron, I think this guy might be a psycho. Like possibly a serial killer. Farron, I don't want to be a dick, but I think we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. All right? I think we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. He killed him for the guitar. Oh my gosh, that might be it. That might be it. So let's recap here. We got this guy trying to date Farron, okay? He's bragging that, oh, I have this expensive guitar. And then I asked her, get the information about that. Turns out his dad gave it to him. Okay, so he's not rich. It was a gift. And then we find out his dad is dead. Okay. And he may or may not still be wearing a diaper. I mean, maybe you could ask that next. Farron, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. But that's what happens when you try to date outside of the sewer, okay? I'm trying to help you out of courtesy here, but I hope you're learning your lesson here. Hey, SK, my grandma died yesterday. Can you please whip out your cack to make me feel better? Dude, I am so sorry to hear that, but that would require a $10,000 donation. You know, it says a lot about dating. It says a lot about dating these days. That the girl who won the highest score of a ratfish inspection, our world champion, this is the caliber of guy. This is the caliber of guy she has to choose from. That's the state of dating in 2025. When a world champion is dating some schmo who's bragging that his dead father gave him a guitar. Like this guy says, why flex about an expensive guitar though? Weird flex. Why not flex about character instead? I see Putin is enjoying the custom emojis the custom emojis you get when you're a member of the scum, that's Sewer King's underground militia. Yvonne has joined the rat chat. How you doing, Yvonne? Just as a general rule, Farron and other ladies, when a guy starts flexing, that means he really has nothing to offer other than these things that he's flexing. Okay? If a guy has to go, hey, by the way, I have this really good job. Or hey, we should go on a drive sometime in my BMW. Oh hey, I play guitar. It's a very expensive Gibson Les Paul. If he's having to flex or qualify himself, then there's nothing much. Going on here. All right. Have you ever guys seen me flex about anything other than the size of my pecker? No, I'm not going to go, yo, I got a lot of money, or I have a great job, or I have a sweet car, or my dad died and gave me an amazing guitar. Because I don't need all that, and you don't need all that. When you got this, you understand what I'm saying? You don't need anything other than this. I don't need to go, oh, by the way, I also have a lot of money. Oh, by the way, I also have a nice car. Oh, by the way, I also have this expensive guitar. Oh, by the way, my dad is dead. So the fact that I don't flex about anything means two things, or could mean one of two things, right? One, I don't need to brag about this stuff because what I am without any of that stuff is well worth your time. So I don't have to sell you on the guitar or the car or the money or the dead dad, right? Or it can mean I have none of those things. If somebody's not flexing about the amount of money they have, it might just be because they don't have any money. That's the risk you take, right? If that's something you need. Right. So if somebody doesn't flex about the stuff they have or the great job they have, that either means they're very secure, they don't have to show off that stuff, or they just have nothing. They have nothing to flex about. I mean, I live in a sewer, so you know my situation. Paula Burns, hello, you beautiful rat. Right back at you. Bro, the greatest guys on earth have stuff and don't flex it. But there's also greatest guys on earth that don't have diddly squat. King, you're just confusing that poor girl. I'm trying to save her, all right? I'm just trying to save this girl. This guy's clearly a serial killer. He's clearly a serial killer. How? My God. Dude starts off texting her, hey, I have an expensive guitar. What? And then goes, oh, hey, my dad's dead. What? Huh? Excuse me? I'm trying to save the poor girl. I mean, this guy's odd. The guy is odd. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Okay, because this is what I think, right? This is what I think. All right, let's see what you guys think, you know? I mean, these are my thoughts. Wow, so most of you actually think she should. All right. I guess I'm in the minority here. Okay, we're getting closer to 50-50 now. Oh, no. No is actually in the lead now, just by a hair. Oh, it's a dead race. It's a dead heat. A dead heat of 50-50. Sewer King on the stream saving sewer queens from body bags and toe tags. Listen, the only thing that should be on the toes of a sewer queen is a toe ring. All right? I read the question wrong. It was a very simple question. Should she date the person? Yes or no? Okay, no is taking the lead. By a hair. By just a hair. And listen, Farron, oh my God, 159 viewers. Oh, wow, this is a record. It's never been this bad. This is about half of my worst ever. I think the worst ever was around 300 something. We're down to half. We're down to half of the previous low. Gosh. Now, I mean, the thing is, we know she's probably going to date him either way. Yeah, of course, obviously. But hey, we got to try. We got to try to save her, right? Okay, so Farron, there you go. Slightly more than half are saying no, don't date him. And, you know, it also depends on what type of person you are. Most women need to be in a relationship. I mean, how they feel. Most women feel like they need to be in a relationship at all times. Right? Most women feel that way, that they have to be in a relationship. I can say personally, I don't have to. I'm not one of those people. I'm totally fine with my own company. So if you're one of those girls that has to always be dating, has to always be in a relationship, and I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying that's also one of the factors here. Then if you're that type of person, then you're also the type of person who will often end up dating somebody who is not right for you. Because you can't be alone. Again, not saying that's you, but if that's not you, then you might want to pass. You've also been streaming over 2 hours too. Got to take that into account. Dude, I always do at least 2 hours. I usually do 3 hours. And after 3 hours, I still have double the amount of viewers I have right now. Luke 1897. I thought you said 1987 because that was my favorite year. Most women need to be in a relationship with SK. That's true. And that's why I tried to build a cult once because there's only one of me, you know. Like Poutine, for example. Poutine. She is married, but she has 0 friends. So clearly she doesn't need to be around people because she's fine having 0 friends. So if her husband divorces her because she's a career woman, she'll probably be fine. You look healthy, SK, like you went tanning. Feel better too? I do feel a little better. But it's different lighting here. So it could be as simple as different lighting. Because I'm in a different location. Just the lighting can make somebody look paler. So, but I'm not feeling sick right now. I wouldn't say my lungs are 100%. I don't think they ever will be again after my experience with COVID. I think I have lung scarring, but it's probably just the lighting, guys. In different lighting, I look like I have AIDS. Paula says, the thought of being in a relationship gives me a panic attack. See, there you go. There you go. Some people don't need to be in a relationship and are just cool coming home after a day of work and eating an apple on the couch while watching Sewer King. Just as a hypothetical example. We're not a cult, we're a disease. Dude, I like that. I've noticed having heart issues after COVID. Did you get the injection? Or you didn't and you got COVID and now you have heart problems? My heart doesn't feel any different. My lungs are kind of wrecked. Because I was getting pneumonia. Yeah, relationships are not normal anymore these days. Dude, forget it. Listen, feminism started the downfall of relationships, okay? And then social media came along and just finished the job, dude. Take another jab? Are you referring to me? Because I've never taken one. I rarely leave my casa. Your casa in South Kakalaki? Wait, you don't live in the sewer? You live in a casa? Social media sealed the deal for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah. It gave, it gave chicks, present company excluded, it gave chicks a overinflated self of their worth because you had various dating apps that Chads could go pump and dump fives, and then the fives thought that they can marry Chads. So then the regular dudes are dealing with the fallout of this, dealing with these bitches with too high expectations. Women who look like Bobby Lee want to 10. Yeah, the guy's got to be 6'2" plus, 6-figure job, full head of hair, or you get nothing. Which is why guys who don't meet those standards now have to brag about their dead father's expensive guitars. That's why this is happening. It's because of Tinder that this guy is bragging about his dead dad's guitar. But because he's not 6'2" and a surgeon. So he has to brag about his dead surgeon dad's guitar. Because otherwise she's gonna swipe. She's gonna swipe. You understand what I'm saying? Wait, is swiping a yes or is swiping a no? Is SK a regular dude? You must be new here. That's a lot of where flexing has come from too. Is guys just can't get anything anymore. So they're bragging about their dead fathers. I have a dead dad. Date me. He gave me his guitar. Don't give up on the UFC vids. Predictions by looks was great. Yeah, why don't you go back and look at how many views that got? It was my lowest viewed live stream of all time by quite a margin. Although, it seems like today's video will break that record. They say face doesn't matter if you're tall. Well, I'm 6'4" and nobody gives a crap about me. Every time I ask for a number, I get rejected. Okay, you know what? Give me some more details. Give me some more details. Let's dig into that. I mean, are you an absolute mess, but you're 6'4"? Because, I mean, a 6'4" homeless looking dude is probably not going to do great. SK, you need to do Twitch, man. Why? What are the benefits of doing Twitch over YouTube? Six foot four, don't matter if you eat with your mouth open. Guys, can we discuss people who chew with their mouth open in 2025? Who are your parents? Do you have parents? I just don't get it. It's, how do you raise a kid? How do you raise a kid and not tell them, hey, chew with your mouth closed? It's such a disgusting sound. King, did you eat some cheesecake today? No, I don't have any here, but I had a slice before I got on the airplane. Oh my gosh, dudes. Poutine paid it forward. Listen. Oh my gosh, Paula Burns got the gifted membership. How fitting that Paula got it. Paula's been supporting the sewer for months, maybe even a year now. Thank you, Poutine, for gifting a membership. That's awesome. Hopefully Paula is still here to say thank you. Sometimes she just jumps in and jumps out. My dad would freak if I chewed with my mouth open. Yeah, that's good parenting. That's good parenting. It's disgusting. Hearing somebody chew with their mouth open. And guys, it applies for gum too. Just because you chew your food with your mouth closed doesn't mean you can smack your gums when you're chewing gum. Anyway, Poutine, thank you for paying it forward. Somebody gifted you a membership and you're just now gifted somebody else a membership. Can you guys feel the sewer love? Can you feel the sewer love? Poutine says she has no friends, but she has friends here. Poutine, you have red friends. Okay? And we're going to be there for you when you get a divorce because you're a career woman. We're going to be there for you. Don't you worry. Mouth noises make my blood boil. Absolutely. 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 I listen. I get so angry. You know what people experience in road rage incidents when you see a road rage and you go, whoa, that guy's lost his mind. That's how I feel when I'm eating with somebody and they have their mouth open. I feel violent. I've yet to act on it. But that's how I feel. I absolutely get blood boiling. I start, oh God, I could just, you know what I mean? My grandma would have made me eat outside. She said, you want to eat like an animal, then live outside. I love that. Mexican grandmas don't mess around. I love that. I think I have a condition, OCD. It hurts me. The condition is called misophonia. Let me look it up to see if I got the word right. But I have it and I have it bad. We covered this before, but we covered this on another stream. Misophobia? No, not misophonia. I'm spelling it wrong. Misophonia earplugs. Wow, there's earplugs for this. Yeah, so listen, misophonia is a disorder in which certain sounds trigger emotional or physiological responses that some might perceive as unreasonable. Misophonia is a condition in which individuals experience intense anger and disgust when they are confronted with sounds made by other human. Hang on, I gotta click on that. By hearing specific human sounds resulting in social isolation due to avoidance. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's not OCD, it's misophonia. Like, it physically hurts me, dude. Like, I could punch in the face. Yeah, no, dude. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I actually feel violent hearing somebody chew with their mouth open, or chewing gum with their mouth open. Rage, intense rage. I start getting warm. How do people not know I'm streaming? You serious right now? Hang on a sec. I am so excited to show you what I'm about to show you. I ran out last night to buy this. And I've been wanting to do this for weeks, but I was in the wrong country. Check this out. You ready for this? Look at that. Are you seeing this? Now, I'm in Canada, so they're required by law to put French on the labels, which is stupid. It's stupid that French is the official second language of Canada. It should be Cantonese or whatever Indians speak. But we do have English on the other side. Check this out. Where am I? So this is President's Choice. You can see at the top here, President's Choice. President's Choice is the fancy house brand of the grocery chains, some of the grocery chains in Canada. It's this parent company called Loblaws, and one of the grocery store chains they run is Real Canadian Superstore. And Real Canadian Superstore, they have this generic brand called No Name. And the labels are just yellow with black text. That's it. That's their generic house brand. But they also have a fancier house brand, and it's called President's Choice. Which is funny because we don't have a president. We have a prime minister. It should be Prime Minister's Choice. So this is the fancier house brand. And this is sparkling water. So this is club soda, right? And they came out with this about maybe 3 years ago. They came out with it not long before I left Canada. And it's the greatest thing that's ever been made and released in Canada. Actually, I don't know if it's made in Canada. But it's the best thing that's ever been released in Canada. Okay? And they released it right before I left, so I can't get this stuff in the States. This stuff tastes like soda. But the ingredients are, and I looked on the box last night, the ingredients were, it says carbonated water, comma, flavoring. That's it. That's literally the entire thing. There's no artificial sweetener. There's no artificial sweetener. This is not, sucralose. There's no sugar. It's 0 calorie. It's not a diet soda. It's a flavored club soda, like La Croix or whatever, but with way less ingredients. Number one, and number two. Number two is it almost tastes like a soda. It's the bubbles. It's affecting my tongue. It almost tastes like a soda. It almost tastes like a soda without having any sweetener in it. I'm not going to say it's as sweet as a soda, but it's not bad, and the flavoring's pretty good. They're going for a cherry cola thing. So this is basically the only thing I've missed from not being in Canada. So guys, listen, we've been saving lives today. Yo, chaotic confirmation with 5 juicy sewer bucks. No question, no comment. Thank you so much for the support. Chaotic confirmation. You rock, dude. Guys, what's your favorite soda? What's your favorite soda? As you guys know, my favorite is Dr. Pepper. Or in a pinch, Dr. Chunder. What's your favorite soda? Oh my gosh. Guys, today's stream, we had improvised guitar solos, songs. We had metal guitar covers of Metallica, of Racer X. We had custom songs, custom guitar songs, custom guitar songs. And we had life advice. We saved Farron's dating life. And yet the lowest views ever. It tells you everything you need to know about this world. But somebody else, I tell you right now, there's somebody in the world right now doing a stream going, Minecraft, Minecraft, and he's got 1 million concurrent viewers. But that's the world we live in, right? And by that I mean the world is ass. The world is ass, dudes. But what am I going to do? Start a Minecraft channel? No. It is what it is. It is what it is. Though our numbers are few, we have the best community. That I have no doubt. It's just there aren't many of you, What is it, 173 right now? Yeah. Last song was reggae. You watch your mouth. You watch your mouth, woman. I hate reggae. Oh, God, reggae is so cringe. I don't know what's worse, reggae or rap. Thank you for not appealing to the idiot demographic, King. Oh, you're welcome. And thanks again for having my back in the comments. Oh, and you know what else? So at the superstore I go to, they have a clearance section. Buy the yogurt. It's just a one shelf unit, right? And they got the clearance stuff on there. Just a variety of whatever they're clearing out. And guess what was on the clearance rack? Prime. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But even then, I think it was $3. It was the energy drink, not the hydration drink. But how is $3 a clearance price? Now that's Canadian dollars. So what is that? $2 US. Ray Gay. Oh my God, you're right, dude. It's right in the name. It's right in the name. Publix had them on clearance too. Yeah, I saw them. I've seen that in many places on clearance. And they're now in Dollar Trees too. Why does Giant Tiger keep that ugly ass tiger logo? I've never seen a giant tiger in my life. That's a dollar store, right? Or a cheapo store? Let's see. I'm going to look it up. I envy you guys that have like dollar stores around you. The place I'm living in the States has none. Dude, this logo is rad. What is wrong with you? Oh my God, I love this logo. Dude, this logo is rad. It looks like a rat tiger. Looks like a combination between a rat and a tiger. I love it. What are you talking about? Post a picture? Yeah, dude, I don't know how to do that. I can barely get audio out of this thing. You think I can figure out how to post a picture? Oh my gosh, dude. The subscribers of the Sewer News Network went up by 10 during this stream. For those of you just joining us, I started a new channel. It's called the Sewer News Network. And the handle is at Sewer News Network. 178 subscribers. Right on. No videos yet. How was your flight? Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so. Oh my God, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jossie. Okay, so. It was two flights. But the first one I get on. When I'm at the gate, right? When I'm at the gate, there's a bunch of dudes like just they were swearing, talking about welding, and one guy lost his fingertip, blue collar. And I love blue collar. But these guys were, just really rough and crass, swearing around kids and stuff. And then we get on the plane, and this plane, I don't want to say it was a small plane because, it is 3 seats, an aisle, and then another 3 seats. It's not a tiny plane, but they were small seats. It was pretty narrow. And amongst this group, there was this one big guy who was maybe 6'5", I don't know, 280 or something. Best described as, this guy was an oaf or an ogre, okay? Now, my seat was randomly assigned, not randomly, but I was assigned a seat and I wasn't able to change it because I got the cheapest fare, right? Not the one that allows you to pick your seat. So I got a center seat. You like blue collar with decorum. Thank you. Exactly. I don't need you swearing around children and burping. You know what I mean? So I got a center seat. And then guess who's sitting right next to me in the Oz seat? The ogre. And he brings with him a pizza. He brings a full pizza. And this was from Pizza Hut. So I guess that a Pizza Hut in the airport. And this wasn't a personal pan pizza, I would say it was at least a small, which is still a decent sized pizza, right? Like the box is about this wide. So this guy sits next to me and he's got this pizza. And listen, pizza smells great when you're eating it. Pizza smells great when you're eating it. When you're not eating it and you're just sitting on a plane and that smell is just seeping into your clothing, it's a different story. This guy brings a full pizza. How can you board a plane with a pizza? I couldn't even bring a bottle of water. And, thank you, he had one of those smart waters that was this big. He had one of those. So the way the water thing works, if you don't know, is you can't bring it with you through the TSA check-in, right? You can't do that. But once you clear that and you get inside where the restaurants are, you can then go buy a bottle of water. See, that's the scam. It was never about security. It was about selling bottled water. Listen, you got to understand that. It was never about security. 9/11 was an inside job by the bottled water companies. It wasn't Osama bin Laden. It was Fuji Water. Fuji Water was behind it. It was all a psyop. So they don't let you bring your own water, but once you clear, here, you can have this bottle of water for $18. For security! They don't want you to kill anybody with that bottle of water now. Bring an empty bottle of water and you can fill it at the fountains. Yeah, that's the play. That's the play. I saw people doing that. And I thought, you know what? I think that's what I'll do. But at the same time, I don't want to have to go to the bathroom on the plane. Because I always get horrible seats. Excuse me, can you get up? And the 6'8" ogre is asleep, Nestle did 9/11. Exactly. So we got this 6'8" ogre sitting next to me with his full pizza, right? And immediately, let me set this up. So this plane did not have screens on the back of the chair in front of you. No screens. You have to bring your own device. And then you can tap into their Wi-Fi and they have free movies for you to watch, which is great if you're bringing an iPad or a laptop or something. I had none of these things. First flight was 3 hours, okay? I had none of these things. Have you guys seen that Seinfeld episode where Elaine and her boyfriend go on a trip on a plane? What was her boyfriend's name? Putty? Was it Putty? Am I remembering that right? Putty? This clip is on YouTube. You guys can watch this clip. I'll play it for you, but you can't even hear my audio. Did he offer you a slice? No. Thank you for asking. See, that's the thing about Middle Eastern people. Okay, they're very hospitable. If Putin was sitting next to me, she would offer me a slice. Right? You would, wouldn't you? You would. Because that's how you were raised. You would offer me a slice. Listen, don't bring a pizza on a plane if you're not willing to offer everybody on the plane a slice. Putty, yeah. So, have you guys seen the clip where Elaine and Putty, they get on the plane, they get their seats, she's got, books to read. This was before they had movies on planes. And she says to him, hey, do you want a book? No. How about a magazine? No, I'm good. And he's just sitting there like this. And I forget what happens, but maybe she says, oh, the flight is this long. He's like, I'm good. Just sitting there straight ahead. No, I'm good. That was literally me. Literally me. Nothing. No book, no iPad. I had a phone, but my phone, you can't plug in headphones into it, and I don't do the wireless thing. And I know you can get an adapter for it, and I bought an adapter for it. And I actually looked at it on my desk before I left, forgot what it was for. It was still in the packaging. I looked at it and went, right before I left, when I'm packing, I picked it up, I looked at it, but it's I had wired earbuds in my fanny pack. I had my phone. All I needed was that adapter. I looked at it right before I went to the airport. What's this? Donk. And then went to the airport and then get on the plane. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I can stream these movies on my phone. It's a tiny screen or whatever. And then I realized, oh, I can't connect my headphone. I needed that thing that I went, oh, what's this? I'm sleep deprived, dudes. What can I tell you? So 3 hours, I just sat staring at the scene in front of me. And okay, so we had the 7'2" ogre to my left, right? And to this side, we had this scraggly guy who was asleep from the start, but his leg would slide over and be pressed against mine because he's asleep. So I got Sleepy McJackass over here, pressing his leg against mine, and then I got the ogre. And guys, isn't it the rule that if you have the middle seat, you get the armrests? Tell that to the 7'4" ogre, right? He physically can't give you the armrest. So I'm like this. For 3 hours. With nothing to do. Good thing is, I don't need anything to do. It's all up here, baby. All my entertainment is up here. All my entertainment is up here. I would have preferred a movie, though, let's be honest. So that was the 3-hour flight. And okay, so anyways, about the ogre, right? So this was actually a very, very interesting experience for me. Because a lot of the times I think about, man, who in the world watches this stuff? Or who in the world blah, 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 you know? So my point is, as soon as he gets on the plane, what does he do? He busts out his phone, and immediately he's watching Bert Kreischer's comedy special. Because I've thought to myself, nobody actually watches this stuff, right? Now, I know his comedy tours do like $30 million a year. It's insane. But I've always wondered, who are these people? Who are these mouth breathers that enjoy this? These fake stories he makes up and he walks around with his shirt off. This guy, that's who. The mouth-breathing ogre who brings a full-size pizza for himself on the plane. That guy. And then he goes from that comedy special to Andrew Schultz's comedy special. And then from that comedy special, he goes to... Oh, dude, my mind is blanking. What was the third one? I know what the fourth one was. What was the third one? Guys, throw out some comedy specials. Throw out some comedy specials. It was... He started with Bert Kreischer. He went to Andrew Schultz. God, what was the third one? I remember the fourth one. Let me look up. I think it was all on Netflix. So let's see. Netflix comedy specials. I'm just scrolling through what this person thinks of the best comedy special, and they have Hannah Gadsby on there. Jesus Christ. Bill Burr, no. Eric Griffin, no. Amy Schumer, no. Dana Cook, no. Matt Rife. It was Matt Rife. Oh, Farron. Farron nailed it. How did I forget that? Yeah. It was Matt Rife. Because you always think, who watches Matt Rife aside from cougars and MILFs, right? This guy, the 8-foot ogre. So he starts with Bert Kreischer. He goes to Andrew Schultz. He goes to Matt Rife and ends it with Kevin Hart. That's who I'm sitting next to. I'm sitting next to the everyman. I'm sitting next to the unwashed masses. I'm sitting next to the unwashed mass. I'm sitting next to the unwashed mass. The pizza smelly mass. The guy who stinks like, and I think it was Meat Lover's Pizza. I didn't want to stare. It's not polite to stare at people's food. But I did see pepperoni and at least one other meat. So I was thinking, that's probably Meat Lovers. You know, that's probably Meat Lovers. Smell like Meat Lovers. Dude, this guy was watching Matt Rife, Bert Kreischer, Andrew Schultz, and Kevin Hart. Kill me now, dude. Kill me now, dude. Dude, just end it. Here's the thing. Listen, when us introverts, we keep to ourselves, we stay away from people, we're in our own bubble, we're just in a prison of our own thoughts. Was he laughing out loud? No, thankfully, God, no. Human meat, yeah, just a sack. He's just a sack of meat. We're in our bubbles, and we can't appreciate just how mouth breathing the general public is. You really can't appreciate how mouth breathing the general public is until you're out there and you have a rude awakening. You have a rude awakening. And so what he started doing was he just got an alert for something. What was that? Paula Burns tipped $10. Paula, thank you so much. The South African rat. Bless your heart. And Paula is now a member of Sewer King's underground militia, thanks to Putin. Paula, did you notice that? I'm catching your live every week now. Love the vibes. Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you for always supporting the show. And Paula, did you notice that you're a member of the scum now? Putin gifted you a membership. Anyways, so yeah, if you don't venture out much, dude, you start living in your own bubble and you don't realize that the vast majority of humanity is mouth breathing. So here's what he started doing. Here's what he started doing, because I guess his body started giving out, and he had to support his head against the seat in front of him. So imagine this is the headrest. Imagine this is the headrest of the seat in front of him. This is how he's okay. So he's got his phone, he's got it down on the tray, and now he's resting his head on the backrest of the person in front of him. Why are people texting me? Like this. Okay? You got it? Like this. Now the problem is, one, there's somebody sitting in front of you, and it was this old vegan woman. Like this old, frail vegan woman. But this guy, being a mouth breather, he's just like this. Just knocking her chair like this. He didn't make those sounds, but they were going on in his head. I guarantee you that. Now, luckily, she was, sitting forward, I guess, from osteoporosis or trying to eat her special vegan meal. So I don't know how much she noticed, but he didn't know that. He can't see. He can't see from his angle. So he just doesn't care. He just... Matt Rife. He's so funny. You know? That's what he's doing. So then I get off this flight. And I have an almost 2-hour layover. And I'm at SeaTac Airport now. That is the Seattle airport. And as soon as I get off there, I get another rude awakening. And that is with the airport itself. I'm trying to look up pictures I took for you. Let's see. Where are we at here? Where are those pictures? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to read this, but it's not focusing on that, is it? So anyways, these are signs for Interfaith Prayer and Meditation Room. That's the top one. Okay. So you can go say your Muslim prayer before you go on the plane and bring it down into the closest building, right? And then the one underneath, the other room direction, it says sensory room. Sensory room. So if you're some gay pussy who's overstimulated from the flight, they need to go into the sensory deprivation tanks. Does Matt Rife have lip injections? Farron, did you know he had jaw surgery to have a Chad jawline? Look this up. You can see before and after pictures of it. There might even be videos about it on YouTube. His wonderful Chad jawline that all the MILFs love? That's from surgery. He wasn't born that way. How gay do you have to be as a man to go get jaw surgery? So I get off the plane and they got a interfaith prayer room. And they got a sensory deprivation tank for the pussies. And then I go into the men's bathroom. Did I say men's? Here, look at this. I know it's not focusing, but the word it says next to the image says free. Can you make out the image? One's a maxi pad. One's a tampon. Am I getting the terminology right? Maybe I'm wrong. One is the pad, one is the stick that goes in your female bungus. Or as we call it, a wee-wee here. And it's free. So in the men's bathroom, free women's toiletries. Free. Free women's hygiene products in the men's bathroom at SeaTac Airport in Seattle. Yep. Even gayer than Canada. I went to when I arrived in Canada, I went to the bathroom. And men's bathroom, obviously. And they didn't have one of those. So, guess what? Washington is actually gayer than Canada. You did it, Washington. You managed to be gayer than Canada. Yes, in the men's, Farron. In the men's bathroom. Free female hygiene products. What the hell? So this is at my layover in Seattle. Yeah, Ali. This is in Seattle. Seattle, Washington. I took this pic 2 nights ago. The women's doesn't have that? There you go. But that's in South Kakalaki. That's in South Kakalaki. They're not as gay in South Kakalaki. Even Selena says that's ridiculous, and she lives in California. So come on. How does that make any sense? So listen. That was my first rude awakening. My second one was when I checked my phone and it said, oh, your flight's delayed. So I had an almost 2-hour stopover, and my flight was going to leave at 10:47 p.m. and arrive in Canada, I think exactly an hour later, 11:47. And then I got an email saying, oh, your flight's been delayed till midnight. What? My flight's delayed till midnight. Midnight. Now, luckily, it got moved up a little bit, so I don't have to wait until all the way till midnight. But guys, it was rough. It was rough, dude. It was rough. Let me tell you, I don't like traveling. I do not like it, dude. In fact, I hate it. Those people that say, "Oh my God, I love traveling. Oh my God, I live to travel. I live to travel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I live to travel. I live to travel. Can't do it. Can't do it." So you're stuck at the airport, yeah, with free tampons. People who want to see the world hate traveling. Hate it. Dude, I just want to stay in one spot, dude. I don't need to see the world, dude. That's what the internet's for. I mean, that's not what it's for. The internet is to look at boobs. But I mean, you want to see the world, go to YouTube, Calcutta, India. Oh, everybody's crapping on the street. Cool. I just saved myself $5,000. Nice. I don't mind driving. Well, okay, yeah. But I mean, we're limiting the scope here of how far. I mean, you're not going to drive to Calcutta, India. Right? Hey guys, Paula Burns finally thanked Putin for the membership. I think she just noticed she became a member of the scum. And one of the things I hate so much about it is the packing. Not that it's hard to put things into a bag. But the whole, am I going to forget something? Am I going to forget something key? And I'm going to remember at the airport? So you got to make a list. You got to make your list. You got to put passport right at the top. You forget your passport, you're in trouble. Can't go back home now. Your ride just left. You know, by the time you get back home, get back to the airport, your flight's gone. Right? So you got to make the list. Got to make sure you're not forgetting anything. You know, the concept of a vacation is great, right? Oh, I'm going to be sitting at this tropical island. But it's the getting there and then getting back that really saps the enjoyment. You know, you got all this crap to deal with getting there. And then you just have this countdown in your head. Oh, great, in 5 days from now, I have to repack all this crap up. I have to pack all this crap right back up. Get back on the plane. Fly out of here. The best part about the vacation is thinking about it beforehand. That's the best part. It's not the vacation itself. It's just the stress of getting there. And the actual vacation will never live up to the expectations you had in your head. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be surfing while I'm eating a pizza. No, dude. And now you're packing everything back. And, oh, I got to get to the airport. Oh, I'm late. Oh my God, the flight. Dude, just stay at home. Just stay at home. Now, the actual flying, I'm not afraid of flying or any of that. But a big problem I have with flying, and I have had my entire life, is motion sickness on the descent. I get so nauseous. I've yet to vomit. Okay, I've yet to vomit. But I've gotten to that place where 1% more nausea, I'm vomiting. So I get right to the brink of vomiting. I'm thinking, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's it's happening. Like it's happening. Okay, I'm going to vomit. That's all there is to it. I'm vomiting. And it doesn't happen. But that's how far I get. So I've had this my whole life. Many a flight dealt with this. The horror of the descent. Oh God, I'm going to puke. And then recently, I came across some motion sickness pills on Amazon. And I thought, this is pretty cheap. Maybe I should try this. And I looked at the active ingredient and it was the same thing as Benadryl. What? So then I Googled, can you take Benadryl for motion sickness on planes? Yup. Well, guess what I always have on hand and I take every single night to help me sleep? Benadryl. So I took some with me onto the plane. And about half an hour before the descent, I took half a Benadryl. Just half a Benadryl. No motion sickness. Zero. The descent was nothing. And I finally saw what it was like to be a normal human being. For those 5 minutes, I experienced what it's like to be a normal human being. From half a Benadryl. What a life hack. You're welcome. Eating salt and vinegar chips can help with nausea. Now I got to carry a bag of chips around me. Around with me, not around me. That'd be crazy. All right, guys. Is this the longest stream ever? This is the longest stream ever. 3.5 hours. All right, dudes. I love you all very much. We're going to call it a day here. Bless all of you for watching. Even though the views are crap, the people who are here are what matter. And I love you. Okay? I love you guys. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Why not booze it up before a flight? Because I've never drank in my life, dude. Okay, guys. Love you all very much. We had a lot of fun. We made music. We changed lives. We saved Farron from a serial killer. Yes, see me out with some peepees. See me out with some peepees. Poutine and Paula, you just joined the Scum membership. Whip out your peepees for the king. Goodbye, everyone. I love you.